All right. Welcome to OurBad. We just did a whole lot of talking.
Yeah, man. It was probably the best episode we ever made.
That's the only episode we ever made.
Yeah, but...
It was definitely the best so far.
Yeah, we were talking about, all kinds of stuff.
We really were.
Are we supposed to look at each other at the camera?
I don't know. I feel like it's weird to look at the camera. I should look at you, but should I look at the camera?
Maybe we glance back and forth.
Yeah. So we were talking about...
Well, first, we had a moment of silence for Bill.
We should do that again.
Yeah, all right.
We should explain who Bill is first.
So Bill is a girl cat named Bill. She was named after a famous author from the 1930s. Wrote a couple books. Bill Wilson.
We're big fans. We're both in the same book club. And,
crazy book club.
It's crazy.
We heard that last night.
Yeah, it was very funny.
I'm trying to say the same stuff. We just
it's going to be very difficult to recreate a natural conversation. Let's recreate our podcast.
So we're...
Moment of silence for the cat. A bunch of animals died in Springfield. And Bill was
moment of silence for all of them.
All of them, actually,
right. Yeah. There was one in Alco named Stucky.
It was an orange cat, I know that.
Big orange cat. Shout out to Alco as well and their loss. Or don't shout out their loss, but...
Yeah, don't shout.
All right,
moment of silence. All right. So we talked about Jelly Roll. We talked about who knows,
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, we talked about your shirt because you got that shirt from Ross, Dress for Less, right?
Yes.
You purchased that shirt for yourself.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would go and see a Whitney Houston shirt and be like, you know what, I should get this for Matt.
I don't know.
But now, I already have a Whitney Houston shirt, but if you saw a cool Avril Lavigne shirt.
Avril Lavigne.
Don't get it.
I'm thinking Britney Spears.
Yeah, I have one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you do.
So, Britney Spears, man. Oh yeah, so we're gonna talk about what we're doing here. This is the pilot episode.
Yeah, we just did a whole long conversation back and forth, and then we realized we didn't hit the record button on the podcaster. So we're idiots.
Probably won't be the last time that happens.
No.
It's actually not the first time because
we're not real familiar with the process of this yet.
Yeah, we're basically coming in blind, like we never made a podcast before.
Never.
And we don't even know what the podcast is about exactly.
Nothing.
But we're big fans of podcasts.
We are.
And we also big fans of life, culture.
We know a bunch of people too, so we're thinking...
Yeah, we're going to interview people.
We're going to bring people on and then they'll help out a lot. Because we'll talk to them about stuff.
We were talking about Amanda Bynes.
We sure were, and how she's lost her eyebrows.
No, she's got eyebrows. They're just...
Oh, yeah, they're tattooed on now, I think.
Different.
They're side effect of
If you're going to tattoo your eyebrows, make sure you have a good stencil.
I literally dated a chick that had tattooed eyebrows, and I didn't know until she told me.
I know.
Because she had some hair, but she,
pretty
impressive.
Microblading?
Yeah.
I think they call it that. No, that's something to do with eyebrows.
I don't know anything about girl stuff,
Yeah. I might tattoo eyebrows.
You should.
Do one like a villain.
You should get sinister eyebrows just tattooed, and you can walk around looking like a cartoon character. Like you're up to no good. That's great.
So, we think we're going to call it OurBad.
OurBad.
Podcast.
OUR. Our.
But it's like a double entendre, because this podcast could be bad.
It might be terrible.
Bad as in poor, bad as in badass.
Bad as in,
Michael Jackson bad.
Oops, yeah, no. Ooh. Or like we have to apologize bad.
Yeah. That's what it actually means.
OurBad.
We're going to say sorry in advance, but There's was already one called that. Oh.
Hello, bro.
Our first guest.
Our first guest is this is Bro.
Bro.
Bro is a Lhasa Apso. We're not exactly sure how old Bro is. He's in between an age and an age. And he seems nervous. Are you nervous? You know that you're on camera?
I'm nervous too, bro.
Me. Say hi. Hello. Okay.
Dogs, and we like animals.
We love animals.
Dogs, cats, especially.
Yeah, he has a very big fat cat named Bougie.
Yep.
I've known Bougie since before I met Matt, actually, because I know Matt's girlfriend, and Bougie.
That's a good story. Let's talk about how this friendship flourished.
I know, right? Okay.
If AA convention.
Yeah. I had been wanting to, I don't know, you've been around for a minute, and I kept seeing you, and my big thing is, people come and go so much, you know what I mean? And it's so hard, so I kind of keep away till, I see you hang out for a minute.
Yeah.
And you were around for a while, and then you were hollering at Jen. And you were at the AA convention. I was like, you're going to be my friend. I made you my friend.
Yeah, I think Jen, was like, y'all know, be friends.
Uh-huh. And then you were cool.
Yeah. And Jonathan was there.
Yes. Okay, so Jonathan, he'll be on the show.
Yeah.
He will definitely be here.
So I don't know if anyone's told Jonathan the news about Bill, but no one loves that cat more than Jonathan.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He's in jail right now.
Yeah, he's in the...
Doing a couple...
Is he in the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Jonathan is a real Captain Jack Sparrow character. He's very funny. He's also a little unhinged. But that's okay.
So that was it, man.
Yeah, and then we've been homies ever since. It was a terrible story I just told. It was awful. Oh yeah.
I watch podcasts. If I could pick anything to do, and no one's around to bother me, I'm at home on YouTube. I like to watch them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever listened to a podcast.
Oh, I listen to them in the car all the time, constantly.
Really?
Yeah. That's when I live. That in the sauna.
So what's the difference to you of watching one or listening to one? Is there a difference?
I don't know. I feel like you don't need to watch Joe Rogan's podcast to get it. I mean, I know sometimes they're Googling stuff, and I'm like, I wish I could see whatever it is they're looking up.
What's that guy's name?
Joe Rogan?
No, he's like, hey, the guy he yells at to pull stuff up.
Oh, what is his fucking name? I don't know.
We need a guy like that.
Like a producer type character.
Hey, Tom, pull that up.
Yeah, we do. We will. I thought you were that character.
I mean, we could,
I figure we'll eventually incorporate the laptop, but we just wanted to,
I think that they edit that in after.
No, I'm pretty sure it's all,
No, they see it, but then, when it shows up on the screen,
yeah, of course they do. Yeah, that's post-production stuff.
Yeah. So, we'll get there.
Yeah. That's way advanced. Not advanced, but that's we have to make some money doing this before we probably go.
No, I don't think so.
Before we get a producer.
You just have to get good at editing.
Yeah, we gotta get good at editing.
I just pulled up my phone and the group Experience, Strength, and Dope came up. Big Bobby.
Don't date teenagers.
Yeah, that's what it said.
She said she didn't date guys with kids, and then she said, or teenagers. And I said, yeah, don't date teenagers. Jesus.
Her age preference is 68 to 100 years old.
Ew.
We'll definitely have Trish on the show.
Yes, we will. Trish is the queen of the overshare, bro. She tells me stuff, and I'm like, why are you telling me this?
Because people confide in you.
And they do. It's crazy.
And you're a vault.
It's crazy. That is true. It's a superpower I have. People love to tell me things. I think it's because I'm a bartender. It's like, I can't. It happens in my work all the time. Like all these young kids that we work with run over and tell me all the restaurant gossip. I don't care. They're like, I know, that's what we tell you.
Do you ever feel like you got too much?
No, because it helps.
No, just go ahead.
No, I'd rather listen to other people's shit than think about my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on? Like, your life. Especially if people tell me some crazy shit, I'll be like, oh yeah, my life's not that bad.
So we'll do a segment where, like, you don't say who said it, maybe, and, like, someone will never see this, but you tell me a story, and I have to guess if it's true or not. Like,
oh, just like bullshit.
Like something crazy that someone told you.
Alright, yeah.
Like, did that really happen?
True or false?
You got one?
Right now?
Yeah.
Putting me on the spot.
Yeah. Well, if it's false, it won't matter because you just make something up.
I know. Okay, so one of the servers at my restaurant.
It's true. I already know it's true. I knew it was telling you. I like true. True's good.
Okay. So, like, you know how ping pong balls, like, if you pop them, they've got, like, dust in them? And they'll, like...
I know if you light them on fire that they disintegrate into nothing.
Okay. Well, anyways, long story short, this girl got a bunch of ping pong balls stuck in her pussy, and they, like, popped, and some real bad stuff happened.
What were they doing in there?
I don't know.
Man. Hey, Tom, pull that up.
That's right, Tom. Tom, could you pull that up, please? Also, I just made that up.
Benefits.
It was a bad story.
Yeah, Tom said he's not getting that.
Tom, that's not real.
So, what's the dust?
I don't know. I was like, where am I going with this? And then I didn't have anywhere.
Do they really have dust in them?
I don't know. Yeah, they do, actually. If you, like, pop a ping pong ball, they're like...
One time my dad was like, he told me to light a ping pong ball on fire, so I did it, and it was pretty cool.
Your dad? I don't have a dad. Thanks for rubbing that in, Matt. I appreciate that. Is that what dads do? They is that like a normal thing?
No, probably not. but
so your dad was just like, here's a ping pong ball.
I don't think he just told me to do it.
He just gave you a call. He's like, son, what are you doing? You hanging out? Sit down.
Are you sitting down?
You got any ping pong balls? I need you to get a ping pong ball and light that motherfucker on fire.
Call me back. Tell me what you think.
That is the best advice a father has ever given a son. Made you the man you are today?
Yeah. Who knows where I'd be if I hadn't done that.
Fuck that book, bro.
So, speaking of the book, I'm starting a thing this week.
Yeah, you are. You and Jen.
Yep. A step speaker series.
Yeah.
I'm kind of nervous. I've never done it before. I sat down yesterday and I wrote some stuff down. Never done that before.
We're going to talk about Thursday, after Thursday. Not necessarily on Thursday, but we're going to discuss.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be very interesting. Matt and Jen like to bicker a little. And yeah. I feel like they're definitely going to.
But we're going like one then the other, and then she's going after me, so I can't even talk shit, but she can.
Oh yeah, she's gonna talk so much shit, bro. She's not gonna be able to help it.
Unless I beat her to the punch, I'm like, well, I know Jen thinks that. It's that one.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I know it.
I'm like, but I think women and men do it differently.
Yeah.
Shout out to the women out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the women. We love women. I love.
Every time we say shout out to something, it should like. Shout out.
Shout out. Yeah, that's right. We'll do some sort of editing. Because we're going to get good at editing.
Yes. I have a little experience with it.
Do you? It's definitely very frustrating.
I made music videos for a band called Soapbox 7 when I was in high school.
Cool. Tell me more about that.
Well, I mean, they were... I don't know. They were cool. They're a little pop punk band.
Were they 7?
They were first called Negative 121, 182, Blink 182.
They were Blink 182.
No, that was,
what, bro? You used to make music videos for Blink 182.
Then Tom DeLonge went to go find aliens and had to get a job in construction.
Yeah, that's... Here we go. You heard it here first.
So, you know, like...
Matthew Collins used to make music videos.
When you get older, as I got older, part of, like, realizing maybe Tom DeLonge wasn't as crazy as I thought he was at the time when he left Blink-182 to prove aliens were real.
Listen, he is not wrong. They are real.
Have you met one?
No, but something is out there. There's something out there, and I don't know if it's alien, if it's interdimensional, if it's...
Well, you know they are having, like, declassified information in congressional hearings about aliens.
About unidentified flying... what is it? Aerial... Nah, they've changed it. It's not UFOs anymore. But I listen to it all the time. I was listening to Joe Rogan today, and he had what's his name? Hold on.
Dr. Alan Greer is the guy you want to watch.
He literally has Hal Puthoff on his thing right now, and they're talking about donations and shit, like how something, we don't know what it is, had like the crashes in Roswell and shit, the things that were they weren't crashes, they were left in the desert for us.
You think so?
Yes, that's what Hal was talking about today.
They tried to reverse engineer.
They did that.
They might have succeeded.
They've done it all over the world.
Anti-gravity matter.
Yeah. So
what about the Tic Tac video?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, there's something here. I think there might be bases here on the planet, like either under the ocean or like Antarctica.
Let's take it up a notch. Lizard people.
They live in the ground.
Do you think that certain politicians are reptilians?
I don't know about that, but I definitely think that there may be things living in the earth that we don't know about, because the earth is huge and we don't know what's down there.
We know more about outer space than we know about what's in our oceans.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there could be all sorts of shit inside of the earth that we don't know about. We could be living on the outside of somebody else's house. You know what I mean? We might be on their fucking roof and they're like, oh yeah, them fucking people that live on the roof.
Yeah.
And they're just like inside and they don't need the sun. Like, they fucking found another way to like get vitamin D, or they don't need it or whatever, you know what I mean? And they just live inside the planet and we don't even know they're there. Could be a lot of... There could be so many... Here's the thing. I don't think there's nothing. That's it. I think there's something going on. It ain't we're the only people on this planet. That's not the case.
Well, so then you have, like, outside the planet.
Yeah, there's so much...
There's a lot of planets out there.
So much. That's what I'm saying.
I looked up one time how many planets there are, and it was a number I've never heard of.
They keep finding more. Every day they find more and more and more galaxies and planets. They're just looking further and further and further. That's what I'm saying. We're in a simulation, bro. You can't look past... You just keep looking. It keeps going.
So what does that mean, we're in a simulation? How would you... Everyone says it, but does anyone actually know what it means?
Listen, you die and you just wake up in a room. And you're like, what kind of fucked up game was that?
And then what? You play again? Or?
I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what real life is if this is a simulation. We could be like fucking worms, dude.
Like The Sims.
Like, what if we're playing these characters because we're just like blobs and we don't have hands and arms and shit, and like they constructed this human character for us to play, and we're like in a different place, just like as a blob.
It
like,
could just be a soul.
That could be. Yeah, what if souls are just like, it's like the world is a giant video game, and like when you die, you just respawn like in a video game.
Why do we have to work?
I don't know. It's a big fucked up simulation, bro. The game sucks. Some people fucking... MGK, he got it. His version of this fucking game's amazing. You know what I mean? MGK? Yeah. He used to be banging Megan Fox. It's gangster as shit.
Yeah.
He was a little heroin rapper, like fucking... I remember MGK when he was like nothing. Nobody knew who he was before he battled Eminem. Before any of that shit.
Oh yeah.
Like when people like his shit would come on, he was literally rapping about doing heroin, getting high, fucked up.
Heroin.
Yeah. Such a lame ass drug.
Fentanyl's a lame drug.
Yeah, it fucking is.
I was thinking about this the other day. If you told me 20 years ago, 15 years ago, that one day everyone was going to be doing fentanyl and it was going to be putting the drugs and there's going to be fake drugs and everyone's going to be dying, I don't know, like, would you believe that?
I don't know, man. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day about you remember ecstasy, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you could just eat a bunch of ecstasy and like roll your face off, and there was no chance of you dying.
Yeah, like there
you'd
was
be like,
even when like prescription medicine was like a big thing, like Oxycontin, Xanax, like you could die.
It happened occasionally,
but not like it is now.
No, it wasn't like you take one pill and you're dead.
Right.
Like I literally used to eat handfuls of pills, bro. Just
Yeah.
blah, 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 like a psycho. And I don't know how I didn't die.
And nowadays, it's just...
Now you can, yeah.
People just die in an accident.
Girl from my work fucking...
And then imagine being a teenager, right? You don't like... You hear... In your mind, it's propaganda. Just like they told us drugs were bad. And we were probably like...
Yeah, but when your friends start dropping dead, it's different.
No, but like a 13, 14-year-old
that
decides to experiment and gets a hold of some fentanyl.
Dead.
Done.
It happens all the time.
It's scary, man.
There's a girl at my work just recently, a couple years ago. She thought she was going to do some cocaine, and she did a fucking line. Dead. Just had a baby. Just like that. Boom. Gone. Young, too. 23 or 24. Sad. Happens all the time.
And then, like...
It's a different world, man.
Who's putting fentanyl in cocaine anyways?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, dude.
It's like
Here's the thing.
I mean,
if you kill all your fucking clientele, you're not going to be able to sell any more drugs. So, like, it doesn't make any sense as a business, as a business motto.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, let's kill all our clients. That doesn't keep the money flow coming in. It doesn't make any sense why these drug dealers are using fentanyl. I get that it's addictive, but it's fucking killing people. You know what else is addictive? Just cocaine and heroin.
Yeah.
It's fucking meth. Like, it's all pretty addictive. It's addictive. You don't need to make it more addictive. Mm-hmm. Just sell it to us. Well, not me anymore. But
yeah, I'm glad.
I don't miss that shit at all.
Mm-mm.
Listen, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, too. Like, because someone was like, how did you not work and afford drugs? And I was like, well, I did a lot of stealing. But also, like, a good trap connect can get you high all the time. Because you can go to the trap and your friends can't. Every time you go, you're getting a bag, bro. Like, let's go. And that was like one of my big hustles.
Same.
Let's go. You want to go to the trap? I'll get you bags, but you got to give me a bag every time. And then boosting, of course. And then Fish Game. You remember Fish Game?
I just made a Facebook post about that.
I fucking Fish Gamed. I was the king of the dollar come up. Give me $1.
Were you that guy that would be like, bro, I guarantee you, give me $5.
Or just give me $1. Yes. Give me $1 and see what I do with it.
Bro, Fish Game arcades were really like seedy, weird places.
Yeah, I loved them. We used to call it going on fishing trips, right? And we would get whacked out of our minds. So much meth, but also heroin, because I was addicted to heroin. But I'd be like,
they go hand in hand.
Yeah. So I'd just be like high on heroin, but also twacked out of my mind. And we would go on these like 3-4 day long fishing trips where we would just go from fish room to fish room to fish room. And we call
sometimes I didn't have anywhere to go, so I was like a good hangout spot.
Go hang out. They had free snacks, water. Yeah. Let's fucking go, bro. How do you feed yourself? Fish game rooms. And like I would come up. I mean, also there's a couple times where like I lost my ass, but I would come. But it was all free money. You know what I mean? So if I lost a bunch of money, it's because I had won a bunch of money. You know what I mean? I didn't have money walking in there. The most I ever walked in there was like a $20. So one time I walked out with $1,600. And I went in that motherfucker. This is the second time I ever gone fish gaming. I went in there with $13. And I left with like, I think it was like $1,600 or something.
Good night.
Fuck yeah, it was.
They still have fish games on the phone.
They have it in, you just have to get out of Duval County.
And there's like secret fish games here in Duval.
I've heard that there are.
But I don't trust them.
That's a real good, like, as seedy as the regular ones were, I can't imagine what an underground fish room would be like, bro. Because the regular ones, it was like, you might get robbed in that motherfucker.
There's a guy I knew that I was at the Salvation Army with. They shot and killed him when they were robbing him, and he like jumped in front of the bullet. They tried to shoot the girl that worked there.
Yeah, it was crazy cash.
You know what I've noticed though? All those places, all the buildings where they used to be, like they're still there. So they have a glimmer of hope that they're gonna reopen.
There are a couple that like it's just an empty like.
They have the logos up still.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, I haven't.
Some have turned into restaurants.
Yeah, I think they finally started taking them down.
They did because there's one that's like a coffee place over off of South Side. Is it South Side? No, it's Bay Meadows. It's on Bay Meadows. Over off of Bay Meadows, and now it's like a little coffee place, and that's the place where I won all that money, right? And like, I was dating a girl that owns the Mexican restaurant, and it's the same shopping center, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I have so many memories in this parking lot, just twacked out of my mind. And she doesn't do drugs like that; she drinks. That's it. And she's like, what? But she's Spanish, so she's like,
okay.
I don't understand. Yeah, you wouldn't.
How do you say fish in Spanish?
I don't know. Listen, I'm so bad, bro. I date Spanish women all the time, and they yell at me in Spanish, and I don't know any of it. It's crazy. I don't care to learn either.
Do they also speak English?
Yeah. Well, they have to speak English, or else, because I'm not learning Spanish.
Trump might try to kick them out.
They all joke about that shit, too. It's funny.
So I just pulled out my phone, and the first thing that popped up, have online gambling apps harmed your family?
Yeah, because the phones are listening all the time.
Ooh, class action lawsuit. But it's all like FanDuel, No, what do you know about Orion Stars, baby? Don't do it.
I just love. No one knew what they were. The fish. A lot of the people didn't know what the fish game rooms were. They were like, "What's an online cafe?"
Oh yeah,
the fucking fish game room, dude.
Everyone in there was on drugs.
Everyone. And listen, if a room was paying out
24 hours
all the time, and the ones on like the west side off of Normandy, or not Normandy, McDuff, the ones on McDuff, like if the one on McDuff was paying out, all of a sudden it would like go crazy. Like if like a table started picking, because occasionally like it would just the rooms would be paying like crazy. Everybody would be winning. You know what I mean? And like everybody'd start calling everybody, and it would just get crazy in there. McDuff was wild.
I was going to the ones in Arlington on Atlantic Boulevard.
Yeah, I went to those.
Yeah.
The one, there was one on Beach that I really liked.
Beach in Southside?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like in the back, like in the back of the shopping center.
Yeah.
And it was like, I love it. They had the best snacks at that one. And they had A&W root beer. I was like, yeah, let's go to that one, bro. I love that shit, man.
I was gonna try to like buy a fish table. I was always talking about it.
I didn't, dude. If it didn't pay me money, I wouldn't have done it.
Oh no, I was gonna buy it to like start my own fish.
Oh yeah.
No.
But like, I would literally like, I was so addicted. I was more addicted to fish games than I was drugs. I would literally go. We'd be on a fishing trip. I'd score big and make a bunch of money. I'd go buy a bunch of drugs, and then we would go to another fish game because I would be going to get high. But I would put $1. I'm not necessarily dope sick, but I'm not high enough. You know what I mean? Because you're never high enough. I have drugs in my pocket, but I also have money because I just won fish gaming. I would walk in knowing that I need to go to the bathroom to get high, but I want a fish game so bad. I'll put $1 in the fucking machine before I go get my fix. That's how addicted to fucking fish game I was.
Everyone wasn't on drugs though, because there was like old ladies that would be in there.
Yeah, not everybody.
Remember the old ladies?
Yeah. But that was during normal hours. The crowd, like at fucking past midnight, was like everybody was drunk or high or on something. Everybody wiling out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, I was at them all hours.
I used to go on YouTube and like watch videos of people playing the fish game.
I would try and cheat the system. I would like Google like how do you cheat at fish game. Like,
there really wasn't a way.
All my friends had different strategies. My buddy Garrick, he was like a beast, bro. But he would always, like, he could win crazy money, but then he would lose.
They said there was no skill to it, but there was a few people who were like really good at it. There was a skill.
This one guy, when he would get on a run, bro, it would be insane. He'd just be on fire. And sometimes it'd be like days at a time. Like every machine he touched, I'd be like, how the fuck are you doing this, dude? It was wild.
Sober fish game. We need like a sober fish game event.
It's not as fun. It's stressful, actually.
Yeah, I've done it.
Because when you start losing money, it's not the same.
We had the app, right? It was me, my crew, a crew at work. At one point, all three of us were playing on the phone, and we'd be like in the truck, ducked off, like.
I played when I went down south a couple years ago. It's all an ex of mine, and she's like, they have fish game here, and we fish game together when I was getting high. And I was like, what? Let's go fish game. And so, like, I put $100 in the machine or whatever, because they have, like, the ones down south.
Because you always wanted to do that when you're high, but you couldn't.
Well, they have limits down south, too. Like, they make you put a certain amount of money in.
Do dollar shots.
So, anyways, I ended up winning some money, but as soon as I started losing some money, it hurt a different type of way, because that was money I had earned. You know what I mean? Like, once I got below that 100, I, like, went up to, like, 250. And then, like, came back down, and I was, like, at, like, $60, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm losing real money now. This is my money. It's different. When you go in with $1 and you fucking make over $1,000, like, yeah, you can do them $3 shots.
Gambling's just never works out in the end.
Yeah, it's stressful, man. It was not just stressful when I was getting high.
Yeah.
Well, it was, but it was different. It's not as fun when I'm sober, man. It really wasn't. It's like, this is dumb, kind of.
Yeah. That was like, I had a conspiracy because meth got real popular here, and the fish games kind of came around at the same time. Yeah. And people would be in there like so fast.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't know who masterminded that.
I can't believe they were around for so long.
Yeah.
Just rampant drug use. And they knew you were going into the bathroom to get high, bro. You just be in there for a long ass time, come out fucking twacked. Fuck, bro.
So,
do you want to see if we can line up the video?
Let's talk about.
Okay.
Let's just end this on a good like not being on drugs anymore note.
Okay, yeah. I don't do drugs anymore. I haven't done a hard drug since February of 2021.
I used to. When was your sobriety date?
February 14th, 2021.
Dude, we had the same sobriety date.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
That's my hard drug sobriety date.
Yeah.
My alcohol one adjusted.
It was mine too. But it's not anymore.
Was yours like a cute story? Mine wasn't cute at all. I just figured out.
Because it was Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I had no idea it was Valentine's Day.
No.
I just walked into I was like, I need Pedialyte, bro. I was like, I feel like I'm dying. And I was like, why is everybody why is it so busy in here? And I'm looking around and there's flowers. And fuck, it's Valentine's Day.
But I thought it would be cool to have that date, because then if I didn't have a Valentine, I'd be like, well, it's my sobriety day.
Oh, yeah, you're funny. So yours was planned out.
No, it wasn't planned out. I just ran with it.
All right.
Now, my date now is 11/30/22.
11/30/22.
2.5 years.
That's good shit.
Yeah. I don't even like. It doesn't even seem like a good idea anymore.
Yeah.
Like that lifestyle.
When I think about it, it's like, it's almost like if I watched a movie. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I did all that fucking crazy shit, bro. Crazy shit. I'm sure you too. You were homeless and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know. But it's like, did I do that? I know I did. But it's like, I don't feel like I did. It was like a different
I was like
life.
a different person.
Yeah. It was like a different me.
Yeah.
But I know it was me.
I saw your picture you posted with the blonde hair.
Drugs,
I also
bro.
have a blonde hair messed up on drugs picture, and I think I'm going to do something with that. It'll be the logo for our podcast.
Yeah.
Me and you with blonde hair.
Don't do drugs, kids.
OurBad.
Oh, man. I was on, I don't know what drugs I was doing in that picture. I was definitely drinking for sure. I was always drinking.
Yeah. Drinking's bad.
Yeah.
Now I drink Rain.
That's right. Rain energy drinks.
We're sponsored by Rain.
That's right.
What I mean by that is they sponsor us with creativity, good ideas, and it's delicious.
It is fucking delicious. Shout out to the blue one.
Yep.
Even though this is I already drank one, so I knew if you've been paying attention, I haven't opened this one. I drank one before. This is the rainbow sherbet.
And shout out to water.
Water. I'm glad you brought that. I only had one bottle of water left, and I was like left it in the drawer, and I was like, I'll give this one to Matt, and I put like halfies all over the house. So I put all those in the fridge, and I was like, I'll drink the halfies and give Matt a bottle of water if he asks for one, because it's like I don't have any fucking water.
It's a good friend.
Yeah.
We're at what, 37 minutes?
37. It's just a fuck around. See if we can.
Yeah.
Like,
all right. Well, thanks for.
Honestly, I wish you guys had seen the first one.
Yeah.
It sucks. Because I know for a fact that camera's not going to pick us up talking where we can hear it properly.
We'll see if we can do some audio engineering, restore the sound.
Yeah.
Maybe like put it in auto tune.
That's right. We won't be able to.
Yeah. All right. Well. What do they say at the end of a podcast? Does it just fade out?
Music just starts playing, and we're like, all right, guys.
I just hear like the Theo Von theme song in my head.
Yeah.
I don't remember how it goes, but
Joe Rogan's always like, all right, man, it's been great talking to you.
Yeah.
All right. I love you. I love you. And then sometimes they'll be like, you gonna come to on such and such Friday? Yeah. And he'll be like, you can come to the comedy club tonight? All right, let's go.
Listen, we're looking for guests. Do you have a good story? Are you willing to share it? Will you hold back nothing? Will you talk about anything?
Tell me I want to know about the most fucked up ways people have lost their virginities.
Yeah, that's Bobby's idea.
It's horrible. The first one I asked.
I mean, there's only one time. It only happens once.
I know. I unfortunately I asked a girl that I know. I was like, I'm thinking about doing this thing, blah blah blah. And I was like, she's in recovery too. I'm not gonna say any names, obviously, but I was like, tell me about the first time you fucking lost your virginity. And she's like, a drug dealer from across the street took it when I was 8 years old. I was like, what? It's just.
Yeah. That question.
I was like, that's kind of what I'm looking for, but not. That's horrible. I'm so sorry, but like, interesting. Tell me more.
I don't know if we can.
It's fucked up, right?
Yeah, we don't need the details on that one. We might get canceled.
Don't get canceled.
All
It was just like, I wanted to know, like, how did that happen? Like, how did where were your parents? Like,
yeah.
What family had to have been involved? Like, why didn't this person go to jail? Like, that's the kind of questions I wanted to know. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Tell me more.
I mean, hey, if it's, you know.
It was fucked up, though.
Our dark past can be our greatest asset.
Yeah.
And it can avert death and misery for others. I'm paraphrasing the crazy book I talked about earlier. But that's the whole point, man.
Yeah. You can't shut the door on the past, man.
Yeah.
I used to misquote it. I'd be like, shut the door on the past. I'd always say that. Hey, just shut that motherfucker. Good. Quote.
No, we don't know. You can't.
They'd be like, that's not what it says. I'm like, no. It says shut the door.
We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it.
Yeah.
You'll see how our experience can benefit others.
That's right. There's a bunch of shit that book says.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of words in it.
It's got a lot. It's only 164 pages.
That's not true.
The meat and potatoes. The first one's 64.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you can't say that it only has 164 pages.
I mean, that's all I've read.
That's solid.
Plus the doctor's opinion. But those aren't real numbers, so I don't know how to count them.
That's true. They are. They're just from Rome.
Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Like, what is them?
They're from Rome.
Is that what they did in the 1930s? Is that how they counted back then?
Yeah, obviously.
That's how doctors counted.
That's right.
All right, cool.
All right, signing out. Goodbye.
Hit that.